one of the more intriguing prospects in the class of 2026, the 6'11 prospect out of Arizona, who is a top 20 player in this class and has risen going into his senior year. Cam Williams, who has a Purdue offer. We talked about him on the channel a good amount of time. And our good guy, our good friend, Jacob Polachek over at KSR, provided us with an update. And actually, I want to make sure I give credit here. Shout out to Zach Geohagens. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your last name on that one, but he's the one who actually wrote the article. But Jacob was the one that retweeted it, and I saw it, so giving him a little bit of love there. But apparently, um, Kentucky is ramping up interest in Cam Williams. Now, they have not offered yet. They're doing everything but closing the deal here and actually providing him with an offer. But they are picking up their interest in there. Not really sure what to make of that, but it said that Mark Pope and Coach Jason Hart are basically just going harder after Cam Williams. I guess what do you take from that, Dion? What do you take from them? All this like going hard, like ramping up interest, like why don't you ramp up an offer? If you know what I'm saying, like if you really that interested, like where I guess I'm a little confused here. Show me a little guidance.
So he doesn't have offers from any of them?
So he has offers from places, but like Kentucky, I guess is just saying that they're ramping up interest with him, but they have not offered him.
Yeah, I think Kentucky, what Mark Pope does is special. He just recruits everybody. And he pretty much just like, if you are in the top 50, you've heard from Mark Pope. And he doesn't care who you are, it's quantity. But there's also quality too. He's gonna have one of the best recruiting classes. But he had this Cameron Williams he has offers from SC, Duke, Purdue. Like he's getting ready to take visits to those three schools, right?
Yeah, so in October he has visits locked in with. I'm sorry, this is September and October. He has Purdue, Texas, Duke, Arizona visits all set up.
Okay, so I just made up USC. That's on me. Just
They're
completely.
never truly out of it.
USC is always involved in something. Also, a guy that plays for the Compton Magic, hand up, probably doesn't need to visit the school he lives by.
Accountability.
And probably doesn't need to visit the school that's in Compton. But anyway, yeah, I mean, I think Kentucky needs fallback plans just in case some other things don't work out. I think Karen Williams is a great fallback plan. Flashy athleticism, soft touch around the rim. Can't shoot, in my opinion. I think a lot of people give him a lot of credit for shooting. He can't shoot. I do see the vision of him being able to shoot one day. But we're talking about a one and done guy. Like, I don't think you're getting that version in the 6 months of him being at Duke, Purdue, Kentucky, or whatever school he goes to, right? Maybe like 5, 6 years down the line when he's in the NBA, we're talking about he can shoot, but he can pass a little bit, gets up and down the court well. So if he's your fallback plan, I think that's a great fallback plan. I think he should be a priority, though. I think this kid's really good.
Today's video is sponsored by LabCorp On Demand. Card, do you take care of yourself?
I try my best to, yeah.
Like not just treat yourself to expensive meals, but like you go to the doctor and things like that?
No, I just take care of myself. There's no need to go to the doctor unless I'm not taking care of myself, right?
Are you afraid of the doctor, Card?
Just a little bit. I mean, if nothing's wrong, why would I go there?
Listen, I'm the same way, and so are millions of men across America. But that's why LabCorp On Demand is helping millions of people like us. With their men's health test, you can get a comprehensive look at your hormone levels, your total testosterone, and you don't even have to go to the doctor. It's easy, and you get the results the next day.
Testosterone, is that a big thing?
It's a really important thing, Cart. Sometimes you can feel off without even knowing something's wrong. But LabCorp On Demand wants to keep you healthy and wants to make it as easy as possible. Right now, you can get 20% off your men's health test by visiting our sponsor at tryelco.com/sleepersmedia. It's simple, affordable, and honestly, it's empowering to know that you're healthy and have this info about your body.
Didn't know that testosterone did all those things. I'm gonna have to take the guesswork out of this and go get my health checked out today using LabCorp On Demand. Yeah, I talk about this a lot with Cam Williams, and I'm sorry for sounding like a broken record, but I've been on a couple of videos with him on the channel. But he's a player that when he puts together the flashes, you're like, that's a pro. Like he's 6'11". And to your point, I don't think he can shoot, but the times when he can, it's like, how do you check that guy, right? How do you check a 6'11" guy that is now knocking down shots? And once he puts it all together, I think it's gonna be big for his decision because I do think he needs a little bit of development, right? Like I think that he's a highly rated recruit with kind of the vision of what he looks like as the finished product. And it's going to take a coach that's going to have to get them there. And there's some options on there with his list. But I will say this, I think you hit the nail on the head though. I think this is a fallback plan. I think this is a we didn't get Tyron Stokes, we didn't get this player, we didn't get player A, player B. We fall back on Cam Williams, which I like from Kentucky. I think that's good of them to do. And they talk about how like Mark Pope FaceTimed them and had a conversation. You know how Mark Pope, I don't know. It ain't Riz because he ain't, you know what I'm saying, trying to get him like that. But like whatever type of recruiting Riz coaches have, I feel like Mark Pope has that. Like he wants to get you on FaceTime and fall asleep on the phone with you. Um, but Williams is planning on taking his recruitment like all into basically the last minute. Like so he's gonna play his senior season, so there's really no rush, I guess. There are some official visits locked in, but I'm sure that Kentucky can find a way to get in the mix there as well. Do you think Kentucky ends up offering and if they do, does he go to Kentucky?
Yeah, I don't understand why they wouldn't. He's a top 20 prospect. I mean, depending on where you look, he's a top 10 prospect. So I don't understand why they wouldn't. Like, what do you have to lose? I don't think he goes to Kentucky. I think he's going to go to Duke. We haven't heard a ton about Duke on the recruiting trail for this 2026 class. You know, Duke is kind of in that realm of like you just assume Duke is going to get a million prospects, right? And they've been pretty quiet. Like they're involved with, all the St. John Bosco guys, Caleb Holt, Jordan Smith. They're involved in a lot of these recruitments, but who's going to be the one that goes first? I think Cam Williams makes a lot of sense. He plays a position that is a guy in a Cam Boozer is leaving. So he doesn't have to wonder if the role will be there. It will be versus the other schools. You have a Jaden Quaidman's JQ. I do believe JQ is leaving, but you never know. It depends on how he bounces back from the injury, right? And then you have Malachi Moreno. He's probably sticking around. Mo Diabate is probably sticking around. Like if you look at Kentucky's roster, the path to him getting the role that he can get at Duke day one is harder to get to. That's why I think he goes to Duke. Interesting. I would love for him to go to Purdue. I want to see what Paint does with a true one and done. I think OM might wind up being a one and done based upon talent. I want to see what Paint does with a guy like, hey, we know he's not going to be here in 6 months.
So now OM's a one and one, huh? A one and done, huh? And now you
I
want to
mean,
call him, and now you want to call him OM. That's crazy.
well, I listen. I don't want to, sleepers. We're a team. If you can't pronounce something, I can't pronounce something.
That's very true. Way to show that solidarity. It'll be interesting to see what it looks like after he takes his visits. Also, I gotta stop saying it'll be interesting. I say interesting at the end of every video. Everything's not that interesting. I'll be better. Cam Williams will be better too, by the way. Put those flashes together. That's how I brought that full circle. But yeah, we will have updates on Cam Williams recruitment once the visits do happen. I do think visits will mean a lot with him. So we will have those updates here on the channel and maybe they will finally Kentucky will finally throw that offer to him. It seems like given his words and his quotes, it would mean a lot. So we'll see what where that goes with that recruitment.
This video is brought to you by NBA 2K Labs or maybe college football labs because the people behind 2K Labs have just built something awesome. CFBLabs.com has everything you need to play college football 26 even better. Cart, you've been playing the game, right?
I have been, but I'm behind the eight ball, Gregory. There's a lot of people out there who got a little bit of edge on me, but the good folks over at 2K Labs got me covered. They got the playbooks I need, the plays, the head-to-head coaches, knowing some teams. Obviously, way too many college football teams. I need the inside edge here, and they got all different types of things to help me get that edge.
Yeah, I jumped in and started playing Road to Glory over the weekend, and I ended up like a 2-star recruit that did not get one snap in season one because I chose the wrong school with the wrong roster that was way too loaded. Had I known that CFBLabs.com exists, I would have made a much more wise decision in my Road to Glory mode. They've got teams, playbooks, coaches, team comparison tools. You can literally see every single play in the game, every player in the game, their rating, what they're good at, all in one consolidated place online to help you make the right choices and win more games in college football 26. CFBLabs.com. Go check it out.